Have you ever wondered how big countries would be if they were rolled up into a ball and it was the size of a planet? Well, you must have, because otherwise you wouldn't have clicked on the video. So let's find out how big your country would be if it was the size of a planet. Starting things off with our first planet, we have the Vatican City with a diameter of 0.4 kilometers. And as you can see, it's actually very well edited. There's obviously the Vatican City itself. It's got like the town square. That's really cool. That's really sick. But it's tiny. Like, this is like a skyscraper, yeah? And this is meant to be a planet, an entire country. If you have like 3 of these skyscrapers on top of each other, it would reach the height of the Vatican City's like diameter. What? That's crazy. This is the London Eye in England. So like, what? I've seen the London Eye. It's big, but it's not that big. And that's the size of Vatican City's whole planet. Yeah, that's crazy. Next up, we have Monaco. It is a bit bigger than the Vatican City, but not by much. And next, we have San Marino, one of the smallest countries in the world. So obviously, these 3 are the smallest countries in the world. So the bigger countries are going to be absolutely massive, and I cannot wait to see them. But San Marino is 61 kilometers squared and has a 4.4 kilometer diameter. It is tiny. Let's just be real here. That is absolutely tiny. Next up, with a 7.1 kilometer diameter, we have Liechtenstein, or Liechtenstein, however you guys want to say it. I say Liechtenstein. And then with 726 kilometers squared of land, it is Singapore at 15.2 kilometers in diameter. That again is still tiny. That is very small. I could run 15 kilometers. I run a, well, my 5k PB is 19:14. So let's say I could run 15k in like what, hour 10 maybe ish. Actually, that math doesn't add up at all. Maybe it does. I don't know. Anyway, I could run around this entire planet in like an hour and a half max. Anyway, next up with a 28.7 kilometer diameter, we have Luxembourg, which is again a very, very tiny country. But a little bit bigger than Luxembourg, we have Cyprus, one of the only countries in the world to have its border on its flag. Like, this is the shape of their country, and they've slapped it on their flag. So that's a little fun fact for you. I think it might be the only country, or is one of the only countries. But as we know, these planets and countries are only going to get bigger from here. So the crazy ones are at the end of the video. So make sure you stick around. And whilst you're here, please make sure to like and subscribe. Just like the video right now, it would mean a lot to me, and subscribe whilst you're there. Next up, with an 81.3 kilometer diameter, we have Israel, and obviously this is the sea on their planet. That actually looks like a really cool planet. It's like half of it is like the earth, and then the other half is like water. That looks really, really cool. I don't know how to explain that. That just looks cool in my mind. Then next up, we have Denmark with 117 kilometer diameter, and now we have the UAE, which I imagine would be a very expensive planet. I mean, here we can see the palm, and then there's probably the other massive buildings around here. So I would say so far this is the most expensive planet we've seen. The UAE have got a lot of wedge, they got a lot of wonga. But their diameter will be 163 kilometers. Now we have South Korea, which is only a little bit bigger at 178 kilometers in diameter. Then Greece, a little bit bigger than South Korea at 204. This would be the planet I'd want to live in so far. If I could pick in one of these countries to actually live in, to like live on this planet, it would be Greece. I think Greece is beautiful. Anyway, next up we have Uruguay. They have 236 kilometers of diameter. Then the United Kingdom, this is the country that I would be living in. We have an actual kind of massive planet, I'm not gonna lie. 277 kilometers in diameter, and we have 242,495 kilometers squared land. That is a lot of land. Now we have the Philippines with 300,000 kilometers squared, and they have a 309 kilometer diameter world. I don't know, world or planet. But then Poland is a little bit smaller or bigger. Wait, why is, hang on, VAR here. The Philippines is a smaller country, but Poland looks smaller than the Philippines. Why is that a thing? Like, why? Also, the Philippines, like, planet looks majestic. That looks absolutely majestic. They've got like the sun's rays bouncing off of it, the lovely ocean, like that looks absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, Poland has a 315 kilometer diameter and 312,000 kilometers squared in land. Then we have Vietnam at 324 kilometers in diameter, and then we have Germany at 337. These 3 countries look boring. There's no sea there. I want to see the sea. Show me the sea somewhere. I mean, we have some rivers here. There's not many rivers in Germany. There's a few paths around Vietnam, but they look boring. Where's the sea? Where's the ocean? You can't have a planet without the sea or the ocean. It just wouldn't work. Like, the moon's going to be useless. The only thing the moon does is create waves, but you can't do that on your planet because you got no bloody sea. Anyway, I'm crashing out from landlocked countries. I mean, who would have thought it? Anyway, next up we have Norway with 350 kilometers in diameter, and their country looks like a veiny eyeball. Like, low-key, here's the iris. there's the veins. Like, you know, you have your veins in like your eye and that. That looks like a veiny eyeball. That looks quite terrifying. Like if you plop that on someone's eye, you wouldn't think twice. That looks like a kind of creepy, crazy planet. But anyway, we now have Spain, the country that I would probably want to be in the most. Greece has been knocked off now. I do like Spain a lot. Spain is my favourite country, apart from the UK. Now we have France. I would hate to live here. Don't put me in France. Put me as far away from France as possible. And Turkey's next up with 500 kilometers in diameter nearly. Then Venezuela. Look how lush and green Venezuela looks. That is a planet that I could see myself living on. Look at that. Look at the lush greenery around here. I'm going to have like a little shack in that forest and just chill out. Have a great little time, have a shack, eat some pigs, live my life. And it's massive as well. Nearly 1 million kilometers squared. Yeah, massive, massive planet. Anyway, next up we have Colombia. Again, looks lush and green, looks exciting, looks fun. 602 kilometers in diameter. Could be the move, but at the moment I'm sticking with Spain as my favourite planet so far. But then Peru enters the fold, and they have a massive diameter at 639 kilometers squared in their diameter. Then Indonesia rocks up, and this one looks the best. If you told me what planet looks the best so far, Indonesia wins. Look, they've got like a nice little land over here, lovely seas, clouds, big land over here, big fan. And then Mexico rocks up. That looks like some sort of shattered bowl. Like the whole inside's filled with water, then the outside just hasn't cracked yet. I don't know. My mind works in weird ways. But it looks cool. It does look cool. I cannot wait to see Russia's planet. This is going to be absolutely awesome. Greenland's planet is 830 kilometers in diameter, and it looks just like a snowball. You can't tell me this doesn't look like a snowball. You're literally living on a snowball. I'm giving that one a pass. I am not moving to Greenland. I'd be freezing cold. Like if these were actual planets and we have to teleport to one planet to the other, I'm giving it a miss. I'm giving it a miss for sure. The DRC now rocks up, and this looks a little bit strange, to be honest. It's like a green marble, and then Algeria looks like Mars. Like low-key, that's Mars. Well, it's not red. It's like orangey, yellowy, red colour. That's just a desert. I don't want to move to a desert island, thanks. I'm going to give that one a miss. Kazakhstan, 931 kilometers in diameter. Then we have Argentina at 941, and their country actually looks, again, like a green marble. But here come the big boys. We've got India. That looks absolutely terrifying. Not sure why, but not as scary as Australia. Look at that. This little bit of water, little chill bit of water here, then desert. Uninhabited land. It looks like like something you see on Dune. If you've ever seen Dune 1 or Dune 2, this is what I think you would see. Like, this is literally it. There's a sandworm jumping through this right now, no doubt in my mind. And because it's Australia, there probably actually is. Because the animals and stuff you find out there are absolutely terrifying. Keep them away from me. Now we have Brazil. It's literally just the Amazon rainforest, and it looks absolutely sick. There's not much water going around here, but you know, it's the Amazon rainforest, so it's sort of makes up for it. However, it could be hell on earth. Like, if you're just chilling around the Amazon rainforest, it will get very boring very quick. I know I said I wanted to move into a shack, kill some pigs, eat some pigs, live my life. Not in the Amazon rainforest. I'll turn around. Oh, what's biting me? Oh, yeah. A snake, mate. And there's obviously a lot more of the Amazon rainforest in Brazil than the other country I was comparing it to earlier. I forgot what country it was. Anyway, next up we now have China, the 4th biggest country in the world, and their country looks absolutely awesome. Now for the United States of America, their country is actually massive. Considering this is the Earth, the United States of America looks like the moon compared to the Earth. Like, that is huge. That is a big, like, planet. Like, realistically, that's big. Now we have Canada, which is only a little bit bigger than the United States of America, and as you can see, here's the big boy, Russia, with 2,336 kilometers in diameter. That pretty much is the moon. I think the moon's like a little bit bigger, but like that pretty much is the moon. It's massive. I wish there was a comparison to see like the moon. Oh, there is! Oh, that's the moon compared to Russia. Like, that's crazy. We can literally have Russia be almost our moon. Okay, like half the size of our moon, but still. But that's about it. Let me know in the comments down below what your favourite planet was, and make sure you subscribe. Oh, and one more thing. Bye.